Some people don't raise their voice anymore. They don't argue, they don't explain themselves twice. You might mistake it for calm or indifference, but it's something else. It's the quiet that comes after being misunderstood too many times, after realizing that reacting doesn't always change anything. People who don't react anymore weren't born this way. They used to feel deeply. They used to care enough to respond, to defend, to fix, to clarify. But slowly, something shifted.
Not because they stopped feeling, but because they felt too much for too long without it being received. Psychologically, this kind of silence often grows out of repetition, repeated disappointment, repeated emotional effort with little return. When someone notices that their reactions lead to conflict, dismissal, or exhaustion, the mind adapts. It learns that staying quiet is safer than being open, that neutrality protects more than honesty ever did. Over time, the nervous system adjusts. Emotional reactions become costly, so the mind chooses restraint. Not as strength at first, but as survival. Inside, though, it doesn't feel neutral. It feels lonely. It feels like watching life happen from behind a glass wall. You're present, but not fully involved. You listen, but you don't lean in. You care, but quietly, carefully, at a distance. There's often a deep sadness attached to this state. Not dramatic sadness, a quiet one. The kind that comes from realizing how much you've changed just to stay okay. From knowing that parts of you went silent, not because they healed, but because they got tired. And this is where the inner conflict lives. Because a part of you wants to speak again, to feel freely, to react honestly. But another part remembers the cost, the misunderstanding, the emotional drain. So you pause. You choose silence, even when words are sitting right there. With time, awareness changes the meaning of this quiet. You start to notice the difference between numbness and discernment, between shutting down and choosing peace. Emotional maturity isn't about reacting less. It's about reacting with intention, knowing when your energy is worth spending and when it isn't. Some people don't react anymore because they've learned something painful but important. Not everything deserves access to your inner world. Not everyone knows how to hold your honesty. And maybe this quiet isn't emptiness. Maybe it's a boundary, a soft one, built slowly, out of experience, out of self-respect, out of learning how to stay whole in a world that doesn't always listen.